Hi guys, it's me. I am a psychological astrologer, and I'm back with some practical astrology for you tonight. I would like to take a quick look at the chart of tennis star, world number one, Novak Djokovic, whose visa disaster story has been flooding the news for the past couple of days. So chances are that many of you have read about it at some point, heard it on the radio or something like that. So I don't want to go into all the details about what happened. It's just that he arrived in Melbourne thinking that he had been granted entry into the country to be able to take part in the tournament, which starts on the 17th. And then it turned out that the authorities, upon his arrival at the airport, had just decided to cancel his visa, and they did not want to let him in. And it was a big court battle taking place on Monday, and there was a lot of uncertainty, and he was detained at a hotel before that, so it was really not a good situation for him at all. But I just want to show you how his chart really reflects current events in his life in a really astonishing way. So Novak is an early Gemini sun. He was born on the 22nd of May in 1987, and his rising sign is Capricorn. Capricorn is an energy that we associate with the state, with the law, with some sort of hierarchy as well. So maybe there is a little bit of connection there that many of his life lessons or just a dominant energy in his interactions is like the rule of law, quote unquote, where he needs to do the right thing, where he needs to be very precise, where he has to show that he's been following the rules, that he's done what was asked, that he's yeah, basically just prove his integrity and being a follower of the rules in some sort. Of course, that could also mean it does not necessarily mean that Capricorn rising people have constantly going through life lessons where they have to learn how to follow the law. It's also about following your own kind of like your own principles and your own rules, and making your own kind of laws, or your framework, determining what kind of rules, what set of rules is right in your life, a rule that you really feel is a good one to follow, right? Okay. So in his chart ruler, Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius. It's retrograde in the 11th house. You can see that here, Saturn retrograde in the 11th house. That's its natal Saturn. So that indicates that there may be some problems there where, I mean, the sign of Sagittarius also is concerned with courts, with justice. Yeah, so I think there is a connection there. And at the almost the exact time of this trial taking place, Monday morning in Melbourne, we can see that transiting Mars was just hitting that Saturn, which is his chart ruler there in the 11th house. And sign of Sagittarius also concerned with the abroad, foreign countries. So he was really far, really far from home. And also Saturn is yeah, a bit lonely there in the 11th house. So he was on his own, and he kind of had to stand up for himself. And I think this Mars really it's amazing that Mars was really, because Mars Saturn, that's a court battle, if you have the if you want a direct translation. of the energies. So Saturn is about the justice here and the rule of law, and Mars is the fight, is the appeal. You know, his lawyer, they appealed this decision to cancel his visa. So, and he was also fighting for his rights, which is very much a Mars Saturn thing. He did not believe he did anything wrong. He submitted everything based on the information that he was given. So that is what's going on. And because his natal Saturn gets really good support from Jupiter, it's a lovely trine. Jupiter rules Saturn, is in the third house, of course, of news, information. Also, we associate all sorts of documents and everything written with the third house, of course. There was also a big wave in the news. I think that's also a symbol of this Jupiter in the third house. But Jupiter really trining this Saturn, trining this Mars, as a symbol of justice, is really a good indicator. And Jupiter is in the sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So Mars rules this Jupiter as well. So I think it was pretty clear from the beginning that he would most likely get out of this court trial with a good result, with at least some sort of justice being done. Interestingly, the moon also in the sign of Aries. His natal moon is in the sign of Aries, so he's a fighter. He also has natal moon square Mars in Cancer, so that's triple moon Mars energy. So he really is a fighter. I would not want to piss him off. Not on court or off court. I have to say, I'm absolutely not a fan of his tennis, of his style of tennis. I'm a Federer girl, but I'm really 100% behind him. And I also think he's a good guy. He's a friendly guy, and I just think it's outrageous what they have done to him, treated him like a criminal, and put him in this ghastly detention hotel. It was just not right. You know, it was just a demonstration of power, what they did, the authorities. And he also made it also very clear that he had also been previously infected, so, and he had a negative test, so it was absolutely no grounds there to treat him in that way. Another interesting thing is also Venus is close to his ascendant here, and Venus rules the ninth house, again the house of justice. That's Jupiter's realm. So Venus is dancing around the ascendant here. That could be another indicator that there's something ninth house issue going on there. This is about justice, about being granted. It's in Capricorn, so it's really about being, it's something fundamental, right? Because if he is denied, if he was denied entry, if he was not, if the judge had not ruled him to be set free, coming out of his detention, then he would have he may have lost the chance to defend his title. Obviously, there's a lot of money involved. Also, I think there is still a risk that they have threatened that they could re-arrest him even after he won in court. And when they on that, if that happens, I don't think it's going to happen now, because they would really, I think that would cause too much outrage. But if they did arrest him again, that would mean that for the next 3 years he would not be able to enter the country, so he would be unable to take part in the competition or any other tournament there. So that is pretty severe. So he had to hold on, he had to stand his ground, which is, I believe, it's a very Saturnian thing. Also, Saturn in Sagittarius, you believe that you're right, you have this absolute conviction, and there was great support here from Jupiter. and the Mars. That's the battle spirit, and that's something he's got in his native dispositions already. And of course, the Moon at the time was in the sign of Aries as well, so that's good support. So I think everything here indicates that he would be coming out of this in well, probably the best possible way. And the situation now is that he is actually back at training, so finally back at preparations, because people were already starting to doubt that he would even if he won in court, if he would still be if his mindset and possibly time also, because time is running out, if that would even allow him to still participate in the tournament. But he's a true fighter. He's very tough. You can see that Capricorn rising and Moon in Aries. He's pretty tough, and he is all about the fight. And yeah, I'm very pleased. I was very pleased when I heard the news that he is back training at the arena finally, and got great support also from his family back home in Serbia. And so hopefully he'll just be able to have a good tournament. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this little video. I think it's quite interesting to just look at current events and then see how that is reflected in someone's natal chart. Please leave your comments and questions as always, and hit the bell and notification if you like my channel and if you want to be notified when I post new videos. I hope to see you all next time. I wish you all good evening. Bye.